Okay, this is our last card, and I saved this one for last because it's a little intimidating. So, hopefully you made it this far, and we've built up to doing this one. It's not a lot of stamping, but it's just a lot of fussy cutting. So, we can do it. It's cute, and this is actually a note card, so it's a little smaller. Do I have some here? Yeah. So this is the basic white note cards and envelopes. And they just come a little smaller. They come with envelopes and just the little card bases. So that's what I used. They take a little less paper, but they are just a cute little size. So this one has a fun little bit of stuff inside also. So when you get your kit, it's a lot of little pieces, so just be careful taking it out. And again, this clear bag is a smaller size. This is from clearbags.com. If you have a need for little bags, it's a good place to go. All right, so you've got your envelope. This is for your envelope flap, and you can use either the plaid or the polka dot. This is from the In Color 6x6 Designer Series paper. So that's what I've used for the envelope flap. I'm just gonna set this aside for a minute. We're gonna do that and put this aside. Oh, okay. I'm very proud of this card because a little secret, and maybe you guys all know this, but we copy a lot of our designs from other demonstrators and customers and things. So we just go online. I go online and I Google this stamp set that I'm using or the paper that I'm using, and I get hundreds of ideas. And I just kind of take those ideas. I'm not, steal them, I guess, but basically just copy their idea. And most of the cards I did copied other people's ideas. This one I actually came up with all on my own with no like inspiration from anything. So this is a totally Cindy card, which you don't get very much from me because other people have great ideas and I just implement them. Sometimes I'll change a few things, but I use a lot of my card ideas from other demonstrators and just things I found online. So, but sometimes you can't get what you want. You have something in your head, but you can't find it. So then you have to create it, and that's the whole point, right? I should do that more. So I'll work on that. But anyway, meanwhile, this is what I've got for you. So that's your envelope flap. And this could be done in a bigger size card too, just a regular size card. You could do the same design. So for the inside, there are these 3 little pieces that just stack on each other. So we're just gonna glue those each down on top of each other. And then if we have any overflow on the edge, we'll just trim it off, okay? Not hard, we can do this. So far, so good. I've got another tape runner, so got that option, or you can use glue, whatever you got. And this does take up a little bit of space inside your card, so if that bothers you, then you don't have to use this, or you can trim it down a little. I kind of like taking up some of the space inside though, because otherwise I feel like I have to fill it with words, and I don't always want to say a lot of things. I just want to be like, I made you this card, here you go, I was thinking about you, or, hope you're doing good, whatever. I really should be better about sending out cards too. I make cards, I love making cards, and I sell my cards, but I don't always send them, and that is something I need to work on, is sending them out. So if you've got this all lined up, you shouldn't have too much excess. If you do, just trim it off, and then that's your inside, that's done. Okay, so now for the front, we are going to use, so this is where you're going to line up everything. So we've got our outside, and you could use a full piece of paper, but I just wanted to save some paper. So I just have strips. And you can tell, like, you're not going to see the paper underneath there. So you don't need to use a full sheet of paper. You can if you want, but also this works. And you save a lot of paper this way. I was able to get many more cards out of my paper. So I'm just going to line it up and put it down. So this is my edge. And again, you can use the plaid if you want. Totally up to you. It's your card. I like the polka dot, and it matches the card. Okay, it matches the envelope and the inside. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you're gonna use plaid on your envelope, then I would say use plaid all over. So choose one and go with it. Of course, you can do whatever you want. That's my advice. Okay, so we've got our 2 strips of the blue, and this is Tempting Turquoise. No? Yes, Tempting Turquoise. That's what it is. No, sorry, I lied. Tahitian Tide. There was a Tempting Turquoise years ago, and I still have it, I think. But this is Tahitian Tide. Sorry about that. There's a lot of alliteration with our products, so I got them confused. Okay, so now we're going to use our yellow strips, and we're just going to overlap them kind of like that. We want to make sure that our red shows, so you may want to just kind of make sure that that's going to show up still. Yeah, kind of like that. I mean, honestly, what if we did this? Let's do a little strip of adhesive, and then I'm just gonna mount this onto my red so I can get it nice and even. You could just put it down on your blue, but I feel like I'm gonna have it off, and that will bother me. So I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, just gonna trim that a little. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's not better, but however you want to do it. Got a little glue on my table. It works. Now I'm just gluing this whole panel down. Okay, now if you have anything overlapping, oh, I got some stickies. If you have anything overlapping, just trim it off. Obviously it's a handmade card, but we want to make it as nice and polished as we can. So I like to take time to do that little bit because it does make a difference. Someone gets a card and it looks like there's just stuff everywhere. It gets a little, you know, they're like, okay. So try to make it nice. All right, we're gonna stamp our circle and then mount that onto our scalped piece. Okay, we'll do that next. I've got my Tahitian Tide and my Let's Get Together Soon stamp, but you can use, I think the thank you will fit. It may be tight, but it would fit also. If you want to do thank you instead or anything else that you have. You'll probably find a birthday stamp that fits there if you want to do a birthday. I think this one's cute. It's a good sentiment. Let's get together soon. It just means, you know, thinking about you, miss you. This was a good sentiment during COVID when we really couldn't get together. And then where you You know you're being thought of if you get a card that says that, even though they can't do anything about it. Okay, so that's our little circle. And we are going to put that aside. You know what, I messed up. I just realized. I should have put some ribbon on here first. And it may be too late. Oh, nope, I can do it. So, rewind the video, and where I said mount this down, don't do that part. And put your ribbon on. So this is the Baker's Twine from the 5-pack. Baker's Twine, in color Baker's Twine. So this is just the Tahitian tied one. So we're going to wrap it around this little piece. So you can wrap it around a few times and then tie a bow. Actually, okay. Last card, and I'm messing up. I'm really sorry. Okay, we're gonna cheat. I'm gonna tie a bow, and then we're going to glue that on after we get our twine around, okay? You can do it any way you want to, but I think I actually did it this way with the sample. So we've got our bow, okay? Now this piece just needs to be wrapped around. And that's kind of a cheater way, which I do a lot, because you literally cannot tell that I didn't tie that bow on there. You can't tell at all. Okay, we've got our twine on there, and I'm just gonna put a little tape in the back to keep it there. More adhesive to keep it down. And voila, see? You can't tell I messed up. Boom. Okay, so then we're gonna glue our bow with just a little glue dot. We'll glue it down. These glue dots are really handy. They're just tiny, and they are $5-ish. I can't remember. Anyway, glue dot, mini glue dots in the catalog. They also have them in different craft stores, but they're basically the same thing. Okay, that's our bow. You can't tell I didn't tie that in there. Maybe you can, but I can't. Okay, we're gonna attach our tag also. Cut some of this. Like I said, I use all of these all the way to the edge. Okay, and try not to get your dimensionals on your ribbon. I'm actually gonna move it so that it's up and down, and then it doesn't go right onto my string. If you get your dimensionals right on your string, sometimes it won't stay. Like it will get wonky and fall off. So I try to get it onto the paper. Okay, that's cute. And then we're gonna make the rest of it. I did that part so we kind of know where to place the rest of it. So the rest of these little pieces, this is the overwhelming part, is you've got some little greens. Okay. These I used the sprig punch for, like I showed before. And then this one is, oh sorry, this is the bow punch. This is the sprig punch, which I think is retired now, but it's just this little punch that punches out some little sprigs. But anything you've got would work if you want to make more. Okay, so that's our greenery. And then you've got these little pieces here. So you're gonna fussy cut some lemons out of your lemon paper. Okay, and on this one I've got like a slice with a little flower and then 2 halves, but you can cut out whatever you want to from your paper. You can use the little leaves. Inside I've got a full lemon with a little flower, and it has like those little leaves on the end. And hopefully you have something on your little piece of paper that you can cut out and use. It may be different than this, but you'll have enough stuff to work with. And if you have like this one has several circles and only one half, but you can just cut a circle in half and make another half. That's how circles work. So you got a half and a half, half, make that a half. You can cut out some of the greenery. You may not need it, but just whatever. Everyone's pieces may be different than mine. So you've got something to work with though. You're gonna cut out your teapot and you're gonna cut out 2 red mugs. This is just scrap paper, okay? So you're gonna put a red mug inside and a lemon inside, and then your teapot and your cup. And I did one of each cup, so you can have like your handles opposite, and then this one would have your handle going that way. You can do it however, okay? So through the magic of television, I already have them cut out. So I've got my teapot and my mug and my other mug and my lemons. These are baby tiny lemons. They're so cute though. Look how fun. All of our little pieces. So we're just going to kind of build this up. We always want to do our greens first. Oh, I should have scooted these up. I have some more to work. Okay. Sliding, sliding, sliding. Okay, so greens first. I'm just gonna do like a mixture. First I wanna do the one inside. I think I'll do that first. So that one is one of these and one of these. If you wanna do it the same as I did. And I just cut this sprig in half. So we've got it kind of like that. Yep, that's what I did. And there's probably just too much of it. You can just trim some off so you don't have too much to work with. We just need a little bit. Okay. So a little bit of greenery. And a little more. I'm going to cut this one off too. Okay, now that we've got that done, we're going to glue our cup down. And then our full lemon. Try to get glue on your very little ends so they don't snag. And I should have gotten my greenery a little bit longer. I didn't. Now I don't have any there. I'm just going to take my little scraps and just kind of, I mean, you don't have to do this, obviously, but I like to have a little green underneath my lemon just to break up the color a little bit. There you go. Something like that. Yours may look different than this, but you get the idea. Just a cute little inside. Okay, so now what's left, we are going to use inside. So we're just going to do our greens opposite, like a little swag. That's the technical name for a double-sided floral piece, is a swag. Okay, so then we're going to do our little patterned pieces like that. something like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue them down kind of in that order. Sometimes it's good to kind of put them where you want and make sure you have a plan before you start gluing. Although you can always just wing it, and that's fine too. And I would go right to the edge of your card. You can go over a little bit more, but you are gonna have to get it in an envelope. So don't go too crazy. But yeah, I would go right to the edge. And then this is gonna get covered up. So it doesn't have to be completely touching. You can have a little gap. My voice is getting hoarse. I need to drink something. Okay. So we're gonna put that there. Okay. Now, we're gonna put this teapot on dimensionals. That's gonna go sort of here, and that's gonna cover up your little inside part. If those don't connect, it's fine. You will not see them. Okay, so put your teapot down. And I did just a little, it's not completely flat, it's got a little turn to it. My teacup's gonna go there. That's also on a dimensional. Make a little teacup size dimensional. Oh, doesn't want to come off the backing. Well, that's a bummer. Okay. Haha, actually that fits just right if I do it this way. Look at that. Okay, I have to get on there just right though. Trim off a little bit. Okay, now we've got our little teacup. Again, just a little pivoting of that so it's not completely flat. Makes it look more like a little more whimsical. Okay, so then we've got our lemons. Then we're just gonna glue those down however we want them, kind of in those blank spaces. So, little lemon here, the lemon slice, and then we've got our wedges. This one has a little flower with it. You may get something different in your little scrap piece, but that's what I had. And then this one goes right here, kind of in between these two, something like that. You could even cut out like some of this greenery. That'd be kind of cute to put around. But anyway, your piece will be whatever you get and you'll work with it because that's how it goes. Okay, that is mostly finished. We're going to add a little bit of our opal rounds. Let's see, we're gonna put a big one here. And then a small one up here. And another small one down here. Okay, you can trim your baker's twine off just a little bit if it's too long. That can always tuck into an envelope, so it doesn't matter if it's hanging over. I think it's more cute. It's cuter that way. More cute? Cuter. You get what I'm saying. It's cute. all of it's cute. So we've got our little envelope and our card. There you go. Thank you again for ordering a kit from me. This was a lot of fun to do these. Using the same stamp set for all the cards and the same inks. That's kind of how Stamp Camp works. A lot of times I'll do something different with all different stamps, but this one you can just get the stamp set, or you can use your own stamp set or whatever you have and do different sentiments. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate your business and your support, and I hope you have a fabulous day.